Amanda here. Thanks for joining me today. So first of all, I just want to say thank you for all of the lovely support that I've received since my previous video. I'm really grateful. Thank you to everybody who's left really lovely comments, just come over to my Facebook, and I've also had quite a lot of direct emails, people emailing me from all over the world, so thank you so much. I am super grateful. So today I'm doing a swap with my friend Kay, who I mentioned quite a lot. Her channel is one of my recommended on my list on my homepage, and that's because she's one of my oldest crafty friends, and she's been helping keeping me sane over the last few months by doing some crafty swaps. So this month I said, why don't we do some journal embellishments, junk journal, ephemera, that kind of thing. So I'm doing a bit of a mixture of embellishments and ephemera, so I thought I'd come and share some of the ones that I've made with you. So Kate, if you're watching, you'll have to go. I'm sorry, get lost. So the first ones that I've made are these little envelopes. Now this is out of dictionary paper, so that I've got from a charity shop, and I do have this little die, which is a little envelope die. It's super sweet, and it's got this little letter that goes with it. Now if you don't have a die, I did buy this tool an awful long time ago, which is the mini envelope punch board. I've never, do you know what, I think I've used it twice, and I got it on pre-order and paid something stupid for it because I was absolutely adamant that I needed it, and I've never used it. But if you've got one of these, you could use that. But I mean, it's a bit, look at that. I don't know why you bought it, it's a bit fiddly, but I may well use it. Or you could use a standard punch board as well, or you can just literally fold bits of paper. You know, you don't need out special to make a little envelope, you can just make it yourself. So just having the die means that I can cut loads out all at once, because this die will cut through sheets of paper like this, 2 or 3 at a time. So I can make a few at a time and do it super quick. So I'm just going to put it all together with some glue. Alright, and it's a great way of using up book pages. If it's one of those really thin dictionary pages, I've got some that are like tissue paper, they're so thin, some of the really old ones, that you might just need to be careful if you use those, because they can tear. And this is just that bit thicker. I'm going to ink it with my vintage photo. I've had this ink pad, I'm not even joking, about 8 years. So that's that bit done. And then I've got this little tiny thing. Again, I've used a die. You could just cut it. Let me measure this for you. So it measures, the little envelope measures. It's about 1.5 inches by 1 inch. Okay, just leave that there. So then for this little note, I'm just going to make a fake little mini letter. And you can use so these are like little embellishments. You could make a bunch. I've made a bunch of them that I'm sending to Kay. I might keep a few for myself. You just make a bunch of them, put them in a little basket, and then when you're making snippets or belly bands or tags, or you want a cluster, or you just want to decorate something, you can pull these out and add them on. You could add a paper clip on the back and have it as a paper clip embellishment. There's all sorts you can do. Add it to front covers, anything. They're just there and they're ready made. So I'm going to use some brown. Did I use brown ink on this? I don't think I did. I think I did just end up using distress ink, and then I just used this stamp. I can never remember. Just a little script stamp. If you don't have one, you could always handwrite it. Do you know what I mean? You don't have to. Just use what you've got. But I've got all sorts of script stamps and vintage ones. This big box full here was free from a magazine. Just keep your eyes open and pick them up when you can. So then I'm just gonna distress that a little bit more. I'm just gonna make that a little bit more, and then a little bit of glue on the back. I'm using high-tack glue if anybody's interested. It's just a different kind of PVA, but I use this, and I do use Anita's, but I find that the Anita's maybe has got a little bit more water in it, so it can make paper wrinkly. So I'm careful what I use it on, but sometimes I do use that. I do like Colol, I use all sorts of glue, just whatever I can get my hands on really. So then what else I've done, what else did I do with these? I've got these little butterflies. Okay, these have been stamped and punched. I've also got a massive collection which have disappeared. Where are they? Here. And these are from Artie Mays. She's got a digital kind of mini kit that you can get with all butterflies on. Print them out, fussy cut them, put them in a bag ready. I might have printed quite a few sheets out and maybe sat one evening watching a YouTube video or 50, cutting them out. But it's well worth it, and it's way cheaper than pre-buying them, I suppose. Where did I put this now? And then I just put my little butterfly on there, and then I just had a little tiny gem. No, they're pearls. A little tiny gem, and this is that's the first one. It's done. That's done, and you can make, like I say, a batch of them in no time. Put them in a little envelope, put them in a little basket, whatever, however you store stuff, or you can make them as you go. I like to make a batch and then I'll use them all at once. And there you go, that's your little envelope. Do I need to zoom in a right little bit? I think I will. So that's that one, and as you can see here, I made quite a few. I got a bit carried away. Yesterday afternoon I was sat contemplating the meaning of life and making these for Kay. So she'll get so many, and then I'll keep some for myself. So that's one. But we're not going to stop there, no, because we were on one yesterday and we were in a crafty mood. So another one that I did was these little like images. I just need to grab my photos. So I have like a little basket like this, okay, and then I have all these little envelopes, and I've labelled them. It's kind of organised, but it's organised chaos. And so in here I've got one with photos, okay, so that I can find it. Sometimes they're in alphabetical order, sometimes they're just a mess. And again, I can just lift these out. These are, again, these are all from Artie Mays, these from various kits, Vintage Days. I think I'll have this lady here. She looks a bit serious, but we'll have her. Loads of different sizes. I've got some in circles, and they're all there. And I sat one day and created myself a little basket full of stuff so that I can just pull it out when I need to use them. Okay. Let's just put the rest of these away. We've got a gentleman as well, but I'm not feeling like doing a gentleman one today. She's a bit serious, that lady. I don't know if I've got a different one. She'll be alright. We'll have the serious lady. She looks a little bit like that lady out of Wizard of Oz that rides the bike, you know. So what I do is I just distress the edges with my scissors. Give it an ink, and again I've just cut out a very basic shape with a die, and it's got this wavy edge, and it's got a stitched border as well, and that's this one. It's like a rectangular shape. But again, if you don't have these are just basic shape dies. I'm just using what I've got. If you don't have them, you can just cut them by hand. This one measures, what did it measure? 2 7/8 by about 1 5/8. So when I do my junk journaling, some people can just stick stuff together and rip bits of paper up, and just it looks awesome. I do need to have a little bit more straight lines when I do mine, just because I'm not that massively artistic where I can just rip some and it looks really good. I'm absolutely sit in amazement watching Andrea from Artie Mays, and she just doesn't do things like cut. Sometimes she does, but she doesn't do a lot of straight lines and things like that. She will just literally rip things and then stick gesso on them and paint on them, and it just comes out and it looks amazing. And I just think, how do you do that? My brain won't allow me to just do things that random. I'm going to practice, and hopefully I will learn, because I do want to be able to, but I'm still a little bit structured in my I like straight lines still. I'm a bit boring, I suppose. What am I going to have on here now? What am I going to have? I need a butterfly, so let's have a look. I need to find a butterfly. And one day I'll be able to just rip a bit of paper and it'll look really cool. That's a bit, I need one with a bit more colour. So I have that one. Is that big? That's not really big enough. What's that one? Is that too big? That's too big. What's that one? We'll have that one. Although I don't know. I prefer like a greeny colour, but oh, there we go. We'll have that one with the greeny colours. It goes better with the tones in the background. I've made a few of these, so I'll show you in a minute what I've done. And again, you can put these in a pot. They're ready done, good to go. Make half a dozen or so at a time and use them in your journal so that you've got a bit of flow and things match a little bit. If you know what I mean. Do I want green or do I want blue? No, I think I want that. I'm just going to ink the edge. Now the only reason I'm doing that is because when I fussy cut these by hand you can see the white edge of the paper. And I don't really, not that it matters. Take the notice. It don't matter. I don't know why I do it, it's habit. And then I'm just going to stick this butterfly across the front of the picture. Okay, and then I'm going to grab some words. Now these are free. Free digits. Lots of ladies that do digital kits do free stuff. And Andrea, who's Artie Mays, does loads of stuff. And these are always really useful. Really useful. Let's have a look. What shall we have? What shall we call her? Let's call her Charming. Because she looks miserable. She looks how I felt yesterday. Okay. And then all you need to do is literally just trim that. Just cut some of the white off. And these, anybody can do these. Anybody can get a pair of scissors, cut something out and stick them together. It's so, and it's fun. And then you look back and you've got a heap of stuff and you think, wow, that come together quick. Right. I bet Kay's spying. I bet she's looking. I bet she can't help herself. You won't get any surprises. It's like looking at your Christmas presents when Santa comes. So there we go. Now we've got that lady there and she's done. Okay. I'm just going to, bear with me if it just goes black a minute. I'm just going to refocus my camera. I don't know if it will go blank or not. Don't know. So this is the rest of the set that I did. So this one's got a little girl and she's got one of these Tim Holtz fingers here. And that one's called Blissful. So I kind of do them in sets. Blissful, Reflections, Peaceful. And then now we've got Charming. Did I just make those or did I make another? I've got another one here. This is my favourite, Enchanting. I love that image. I think it's lovely. So I've got a bunch of 5. So then, of course, you can carry on. You can go further. You could layer them under cheesecloth, okay, and add them to a tag or just a page or a book front. Lots and lots of things you can do with them, okay. So that's embellishment number 2. Done and dusted. Okay. Let's see what else we've got. Then I made these 4 stamps. Okay. They're just little mini ones. Again, you can add them to clusters, add them on tags, whatever. These are super easy. This one is actually a punch. So I just punch those out of card. If you don't have that, then you can, again, if you invest in some wavy scissors like these, or these kind of like kiddie ones that have got the wavy edge, then you're good to go. Okay, so all I've done there, again, I'll do a huge batch, and I've got some stamps. Where are they? I thought I had them. Ah, there we go. So I've inked all the edge again, just using the same. I use Vintage Photo for most things, to be honest. And then these stamps I got free with the magazine. So I'll just stamp that on there in vintage photo. Then I'll just go with a darker brown. If I can remember how to open it. There we go. And this one is like, I don't know. Let me just practice stamp because I don't know which way it goes. It's that way. So this one's meant to look like a little stamp postage mark. Okay, that's that. And then what did I use? I just used the script out of this one, which is a nice set. Let's have a look. Which way up does it go? That way. So again, I'm just using Distress ink, and I'm just gonna stamp on the bottom of there so that it looks like a fake little letter particle, whatever you want to call it. They're just little bits of fun, as I say, to add to things. So that's that one. And then I'm going to show you one more. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3. I'll show you the last one. So again, I've cut out, this is using my dies. Okay, so I've got loads. So I'm just using what I've got. So this is giving me like a postage stamp edge and then a stitched frame. If you don't have them, just cut out squares. Okay, just cut out squares, and then I've just got a smaller square that's going to go in there. Just happens to have a stitched edge. If you don't have dies, just literally cut them. Squares. Use your pencil and your ruler, just cut them out. I'm inking the edge there. Alright, and then I'm gonna, what did I do? I'm just gonna glue it on. Glue that on there. And like you can see, they're super fast to make. Make them, swap them. I think it's really cool to make a batch and then swap with a friend, because everybody does everything different. You know, so I've tried to keep them all in colours that I know Kay will like. She's not a big pink fan, so I've not done pinks. I've been good. What have I got now? Where's my, I need this ink here. So in some, this one's going to have a bit of a kind of a leafy feel. So I'm just going to stamp randomly there. There we go. Could have done with being a bit further over, to be honest, that. Not to worry. And then I've got another one here. So let's just take that off. Let's put that away. And then this is one of my favourite colours in the world. Pretty Peacock. Stamp, stamp, stamp. Don't want to always stay on. Let me just... and then I'll just stamp that on there like that. That's nice, isn't it? And then I've got another butterfly, and then I'm going to use some more of Andrea's freebies, and we've got these like little sayings here. They're all based around springtime. A kind word is like a spring day. I think we'll have that. I think that's very fitting. And I really like these, because you might not be able to see, the camera might not pick it up, but she's put like a sewn edge round and then like a zigzag stitch there. It's really cool. Tiny little detail. Things like that I notice. The devil's in the detail. That's what they say. Okay, let's trim that off. That's all you need to do. Bit of ink on the edge to make it look a bit softer. Okay. Bit of cheesecloth. I'm going to need to sew some more of this, although you only need a right little bit at a time. To be fair, just trim that off. Okie doke. A little bit of glue where you want it. Don't try adding glue to the cheesecloth, it'll just stick to your bottle. Then I just lay it over the top, and then I'll get something like my bone folder and tap it into the glue, and then just leave it to kind of dry, because if you start pressing it or pushing it with your fingers, it'll just stick to your hand and you'll just get annoyed. Then I'm going to add my word, and this will also help keep the cheesecloth down. Stick that on there, and we're kind of just layering up a bit there. Alright, and then I've got my butterfly again that I've cut out. And once you buy these digital kits as well, you know, you save them on your computer and they're there forever. Print them out as many times as you want. It's ace. Just stick that over where I've blobbed and then nobody can see it. And there we go. That's another one done. I think the light's looking a bit green. It's this ring light that I've got. Not to worry. Not to worry. I might be able to adjust it when I edit. So here are the others that I've done. So I've done quite a few. Set of 5 again by the looks of it. I must be doing sets of 5s. So there we go. So that's 5 of those. We've got these ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I've done a set of 5 of those as well. Okay, and then we've got the little fake letters. And then we've got our little mini envelopes. And you can make these in no time and get yourself a big collection of embellishments. I hope you've enjoyed that. Hope Kay won't watching. I'll leave a link below in the description box to Andrea's Etsy, where you can buy all of the digital images that I've used. Anything else that I've used, I've just used bits and bobs. Just use what you've got at home. You'd be surprised what you can come up with just a little bit of imagination. Thanks for watching. Take care and I'll see you soon. Bye.